Guys, Scottish Man Down back. Remember, hit that subscribe button, like, and comment. Now, I want to get talking about, what does AJ, Anthony Joshua, what does he have left? Now, we saw his bit of a meltdown after the fight, and yeah, we all understand there was a bit of emotion there, and some of the stuff was a little bit silly, like dropping the belt and him talking about jail time and like he's some kind of hardened criminal or something. But, thinking about it logically, the amount of energy expended in, almost deliberately like infuriating himself and pushing and shoving people and talking to everyone and shouting and making speeches and storming off and backstage saying, trying to have it on with people in a fight. I mean, not have it on in like any other way. But yeah, to me that just sounds like he didn't give everything he had, you know. So in short, I think AJ does have more to give, and he seems like the kind of guy that's lived the life, a lot of energy about him. Still got a lot to give, and is Robert Garcia the guy that can keep bringing more out of him? I don't think he's even reached his talent limit, because he was rushed through his career. Like I was saying the other day, let's just get his box rec up at the minute. So Anthony Joshua box rec. Now, obviously, he won gold at the Olympics, controversial. At the London 2012 Olympics, same as Alexander Usyk. But then, he jumped straight into it. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He had 14 fights before he fought Dillian Whyte, the British Championship, and he just blasted through everybody, doing the same thing. So he wasn't really learning. He was just steamrolling everyone because he was naturally at a higher level. He fought Dillian Whyte, got rocked in that. He was mean. We've seen him try and emulate some of that stuff in his most recent fight. But then, next fight they bought out Charles Martin to win the world title. Fair enough. So they fought Charles Martin. Then they went straight on to Dominic Breazeale, Eric Molina, Klitschko, Takam, Parker, Povetkin, Andy Ruiz, Kubrat Pulev, Alexander Usyk, and then Alexander Usyk again. You can't tell me they're not top. They were all top guys at the time. Joseph Parker, world champion. Alexander Povetkin, former world champion. Andy Ruiz beat him. Kubrat Pulev was always pretty high up there as well. So for me, he just needs time to settle in. So like I was saying in another video, I'd like him to get a few more fights. I don't want him resting too long, but obviously he needs to recharge and recover and get a little bit more training in. So give him to the end of the year, and I'd like to see him back in the ring against a top 10 guy. Maybe not elite, maybe number 10 or something like that, just to start keep things in motion. But yeah, no, I think AJ's got a good few years left in him, more than Usyk and more than Tyson Fury personally. So I don't see why there's any reason why he couldn't become a world champion again. Couple of years time, yeah, world title shot, absolutely. There's so many guys out there I'd like to see him fight. As a boxing fan, I'd be gutted if he ever did retire. But yeah, I've seen that he wants to come back, and I do think he's got a lot more. I think is Robert Garcia the guy for him, possibly, because in this fight, even though the result was the same, definitely showed a lot more skills. But I do think he's got more to give in terms of that, because he did say, I can't punch because I'm not 14 stone like Rocky Marciano. I'm 18 stone. It's hard. But applying pressure and forcing mistakes out of Usyk, and wearing him out doesn't mean necessarily throwing punches. It means being on him. Show your presence and strength. Even Usyk said you're a strong guy. Show that, put the pressure on with the feet, and force those mistakes out, and capitalise on that. I mean, you can't give Usyk time to manoeuvre because he's too clever. Even Andre Ward was saying, look, Usyk's too clever, and so that's all she wrote. At the end of the day, I definitely think if AJ was at his pinnacle, he could definitely potentially win that fight again. But let's see what the future holds. You guys let me know what you think about what AJ has left to give in the sport. Remember, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you all soon.